We'll see how this section I think is going to be real rough. One second, I'm a little too far back to hear you. Yeah, a little bit. And the trail's all covered and stuff. Ooh. Also, as a general disclaimer, this is my first time on a bike in a while, so there may not be quite the usual speed.
Fair enough.
Actually, not as muddy as I was expecting back here.
No, it definitely flooded.
Yeah, but I was expecting it to be even worse. What do you say about coming back?
We'll avoid this coming back. It is a little deep.
Ooh. Yep. Oh. No, that's not as bad. Yeah. I had that tree trunk in the way of this side of the trail and I was like, oh.
Whoa. Oh.
What the heck is this?
It's a floodplain. How straight do you think you can hold it in the dark?
I think there's a thing that we can turn around at right up there.
Yeah.
Go to that disc golf green.
That's if the water were clear, I would do it.
Yeah, I don't know how deep it gets in the middle there. I mean, those logs are submerged over there.
Yeah.
All right, you want to head back?
Yeah. Oh, benefits of having a mud tire.
I guess so. Meanwhile, I'm over here on the thinnest tire offered, or the least grip tire offered.
Nah, there's one worse than that. From Axis, at least. It's called the Axis. It's a cross-country race tire. Basically just gravel racing with some obstacles.
All right.
Well, I shouldn't say that. It's just yeah, that's basically a sport. Like every time gravel tires, I've actually had more trips than that. And you've seen those.
Yep, those are not very large. I like the tire that Liz has on hers quite a bit. The Recon, yeah, the Recon. That seems to be a pretty good middle ground.
Yeah, like if I were to go that direction, I'd get the Recon race in the rear just for that lower profile. A little faster rolling.
Yeah, I mean, the Recon's offered on quite a few bikes, so I'll probably, I mean, I won't choose the bike based on the tire, of course, but
Yeah.
if whatever bike I'm looking at has that, I'm certainly not going to pay for a different version of it or whatever, you know?
Oh yeah.
All right, there it is. Well, that was interesting. Hopefully that's the only place where one of those is.
Yeah. Yeah, where I popped that up and around.
Yeah. There's a reflective sign up there. Something over there. Feel like we should be in the UK going through that kind of terrain.
Yeah. Dude, them bricks, they don't care what the trail is, they're riding.
Yep. Well, that's because they get.
They don't care if there's a trail or not, they're riding.
That's because it's there. That's because it rains 5 out of 4 days there.
It's gonna rain today. Not sure when, but it will.
Yep. Very much like Florida.
Yeah.
Interesting. What's that?
All good?
Yep.
Oil well gone.
Dang.
Nice.
There you go. Oh, really? Why is that?
Because all I could see was where my wheel was pointed.
Oh. Helped you keep focusing.
Yeah, like during the day I looked at too many lines.
Not very wet in this section.
Barely. You going to lab or anything today?
No, not today.
Curious how quick word spread.
Curious what?
How quickly word spread.
Oh, about you?
Yeah.
Well, people didn't know about it until I told them yesterday. Some people.
Oh, who's that?
We went to, now, who was it? Tyler and Drew? Question mark?
In Woodford?
Yeah.
I only told Andrew.
Oh, that makes sense. You said like this morning I resigned, so I thought it was during the meeting.
No,
Or
it was
Tyson.
like-
Tyson and James, that's who it was.
yeah. Yeah, I hadn't told anyone yet. I think you and Andrew were the only two.
Gotcha. Yeah, the way you said it, I thought you like had an official announcement at the design meeting.
Now, I've got a letter of resignation I'm going to send to Jill and Andrew just for, management reasons. So that way, you know, it's clear I left on good terms. But, yeah. I've got my reasons for it.
Yep. Those people in the car are probably wondering what the hell these lights are.
Yeah. That's not uncommon.
Up here is not bad at all.
No, pretty well, actually.
The bottom of Greenhouse is probably gonna be pretty bad though too, down by the swamp, you know?
Yeah, that might be a little chilly.
Well, I don't mean chilly, I mean like it'll probably be pretty wet, like some real heavy mud, you know?
Yeah, I mean, once we get out of it, that will be good.
Yeah, you spend a little bit of time in there though. I remember I wiped out the one day because of it, and that was in summer.
Always wet down there.
Yep. Nobody's out here leaf blowing this trail.
No, it gets really eroded if they do. Which Oaks doesn't seem to realize that's how leaves work.
Yeah, Oaks went back to oak closings this year.
Yeah, well, because Nick is in charge.
Yeah, last year was awesome. I don't know what you guys were talking about. You guys were talking about oak closings, and what's his name, Derek? Yeah, last year Derek was in charge and that was awesome. It was always open.
Yeah.
And that was my first experience with like watching it every day kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't know what you guys were talking about with previous years, but now we're back to it this year. They were closed again today.
It's better than when Jenkins was in charge. There would be like forecasted rain, like a day out, and it was closed.
Yeah. We gotta take the picture again here.
Oh yeah, it is over there. Like if I had one that was this bright, just a little further.
If you had what now?
One that's just as bright as the one on my handlebar, but more of a focus, like a spotlight,
Yep.
I'd be happy.
You should look into the one that I have here.
Yeah, probably going to.
Yeah, I mean, I was not expecting it to be this good. I mean, it's not, you know, the most amazing light in the world, but for whatever it is, 27 bucks, it is amazing.
Yeah.
Really long battery too. I've never killed it. And I've used it for other things than biking. I use it for skating on the rink and stuff sometimes. And that's when I'm usually out there for a good amount of time. A couple hours at least. Must have been pretty expensive to put in all the electrical infrastructure in the woods here.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, even then, putting in all the posts and stuff, even back here where you can't get heavy equipment to. Whoa, something just happened with my seat. I gotta take a pause here. I didn't hear what you said there.
I thought I lost where I was on the trail.
Oh.
if you were to come here and ride at night like this, it'd be so easy to get lost.
Yeah.
Like, this is your first time.
Oh yeah, first time for
Ever
sure.
here.
I was gonna say I have a pretty good mental idea where we're at.
Yeah.
I mean, the trailhead's right down there.
Yep.
But we still have to do like a pretty far out and back before we get over there. At least according to my internal compass.
Yep, we've got the home run baseball field.
Yeah. What's that? Oh yeah. Speaking of the home run, whatever.
Yep.
What do you call it? Home run what?
And it's got a name, like home run derby or like watch out for the balls or something. working.
Yep. Yep, a whole bunch of back and forth and all around until we got up to that trailhead.
Yep.
Couple.
For what they had here, they did a really good job of putting mileage in.
Yeah.
How's your feet working?
That's all right. Not very comfortable, but.
Yeah. When mine broke, I still had 30 miles of a 50-mile gravel race to go.
You want to leave anything here?
Probably not.
All right.
It's going off, I'm staying a little warm. You get it?
Maybe not. Oh, no, there's still a little bit left. Oh, that's why. No, gravity was pulling it into it like there was a split.
Oh.
So, as it was getting pulled down, it was just getting further stuck.
have tools in your Jeep?
No.
Okay. And so I don't think I even have a multi-tool with me.
Yeah, I just need, you know, an M5 or whatever, Allen key. Oh, there's some eyes over there.
Oh, I see it. I see bodies.
I haven't seen very many eyes today.
There's two.
There's 3. Yep. Now we're getting into like the real backwoods section now though.
Yeah, I bet we'll see way more now.
Up until now we've been pretty close to civilization. You feeling cool off a couple degrees? Just going down that hill, it felt like it cooled a couple degrees. There's our last glance of civilization for a while.
Oh yeah.
I hear an airplane.
There she is.
Oh yeah.
to expect for Energy Lab?
Energy Lab is pretty easy. It's about as much work as Vibes and Fluids, but split among like 4 people.
Oh, wow. I didn't think Vibes was that much work.
Some of those labs are pretty long, from what I remember.
The only one that took me considerable time was the 5-story building.
Yeah, that one's long.
And that was because I had to show all the matrices.
Yeah, no, Energy Lab is like that, but it's just split among several people. At least that's how mine was.
Good.
So as long as you have good partners, you're in good shape.
Okay.
Bucket had, you know, Bucket always has group problems, but
Yeah.
he had to do a bunch of that himself, and so that was at least as much work as those other classes. But if you have a good group, you're good to go.
Good.
We didn't get to pick our groups personally, but we just got an Excel sheet that said, here's your groups.
Oh, wonderful.
I think I made a Discord group, and that's how we organized it, and that worked out pretty good.
Yeah. Honestly, that's one of those classes where I'm not sure what to expect, like heat transfer.
You do or don't know what to expect for heat transfer?
I'm not sure, like, because in a hard class, I've heard it go both ways.
Yeah, depends on how it's run, but yeah, it's a pretty tough class.
Wonderful.
But if you, who do you have?
I'd have to look.
Do you know if it's Doug?
No,
You don't know, or it's not Doug?
it is not Doug for sure.
Oh, yeah, I don't know then.
I've got Doug for project management.
Oh, all right. Oh, the senior design project thing?
Yeah,
Or whatever.
For it.
Yeah. I did not have Doug for that one, so I'm not sure.
I had that class, but this is just annoying.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, but there's a good amount of work for it too.
It's just busy work.
Yeah, it is very much busy work. Forget who I had. It wasn't Doug, but
That's one I'm kind of just marking up as stay on top of the work and I'll be fine.
yep.
The two I know that are going to take a lot of work, like between the sheer amount of workload and like actually have to work hard, and internal combustion with stuff.
Yep.
Heat transfer, and then additive manufacturing.
Additive is not much work.
Really?
Additive?
Bucket made it sound like it was a ton of work.
He told me that too, but that was pretty freaking easy. What's that?
You have to do like 2 prints, right?
We had to do 1 print, and we had a group to do it. So one of us designed it, one of us sliced it, and the other person like pressed print basically, and then removed the supports. So I designed a GoPro Y splitter.
Oh, I remember.
I mean,
you sent me a snapshot of that.
yeah, I mean, it took all of an hour, and that was the whole end of the year project.
It's on CAD.
Yeah. We got to take the picture up here again too. But I mean, yeah, that took all of an hour, and that was the final project.
Nice.
And then somebody else sliced it, which is even less work.
You just convert it to an STL file, don't you?
Well, that's what I did for SolidWorks. He converted it to G-code, basically. That is awesome.
Always awesome. Down we go.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I do not remember it being that rough.
I went in and I just got sucked into that rut. I could just feel the back end dance, and I'm like, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, no, I do not remember it being that rough. I mean, maybe it is just a rut that I usually avoid or something.
I think it is. I mean, there's only one way. So I don't ever remember it being that crabby.
Man, that was sketch in the middle.
Yeah, I just dropped it and I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, it was smooth at the beginning, smooth at the end, but man.
The thing is, like, if I were to grab the brakes, it just, you know, it kicked me.
Yeah, that was, I'm interested to see how that looks on the GoPro, because the GoPro's got that Hyper Smooth 2.0. I don't know if it can smooth that out. that was sketch.
It was cool though.
Yeah, vision bouncing around, you know. But we survived.
Did I tell you what I found out why my bike was missing after the DT and Neuro?
I guess not.
I slipped the cable.
Oh, interesting.
I had like almost half inch of extra play.
It's a fair amount.
Yeah. I was looking over and I'm like, all right, what in the world? And I pulled it, I just felt it and it just went, you know, there was no tension to it.
All right, so up here we have the big off-camber climb and then the off-camber descent, right?
Yeah, it's called Climb Like a Top.
Oh, all right. This one's what?
It's before the switchback, the section is called Climb Like a Top.
All right. And then the switchbacks are called the switchbacks?
Yeah.
It's definitely colder down here.
Yeah.
Down at the surface.
I'm glad I got my jacket on.
Yeah. My gloves are still off, but I might put them on in a little bit. The most interesting temperature swings that I've noticed, at least mountain biking, are doing those, what's that?
At night?
Yeah, doing those night rides at Oaks. Like in the earlier part of the spring, you know, when you have all the leaves that trap that heat.
Yeah.
Like you enter the forest and you go up like 5 degrees. Whereas when you're out in the field, you know, it's pretty cold.
Yep.
But like as soon as you cross into the forest and you get under the canopy, it's pretty warm.
I'd say it's even pretty chilly right here.
Oh yeah, it's chilly for sure. Maybe it'll warm up a little bit when we go up here. We got a temperature inversion going on.
Yeah.
As I know from my new aviation training. Because usually temperature gets colder as you go up. But that is usually talking about a much larger scale than our couple hundred feet here.
Yeah.
If that.
So the big mountain bike race I'm going to do in the spring, it's 11,000 feet of climbing in 100 miles.
Oh,
It's huge.
damn.
Yeah. Oh, I know what that's from. They had a trail marathon here a couple weeks ago.
You know what's from?
All the numbers that are painted.
Oh. I haven't really noticed any numbers painted.
There's a big 13 back there.
I did not see that.
Oh.
I've seen some arrows painted,
Yeah.
but not numbers.
That's what it's for.
So I just watched yesterday this thing on Netflix called 14 Peaks.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, documentary that just came out about climbing the 14 highest mountains in the world.
He's one of like 2 guys to do it.
Yeah, and he did it, the last guy did it in 16 years. This guy did it in 7 months.
Yeah. But some of them, didn't he never went all the way down?
I don't know. Don't know about that.
I think I had heard that from someone.
But it's crazy though. I mean, some of the records that people set on those mountains, I mean, Everest is 29,000 feet high, right?
Yeah.
Not this guy, but another guy did it in 8 hours. base camp to summit.
He had
I was
assistance though, didn't he?
probably, but still.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? I mean, it takes me an hour to climb Camelback, and that's easier and way shorter.
Yeah.
It's what, because I looked up like what's the average length, you know, and it said average is 2 weeks to 2 months.
Yeah.
It's like record 8 hours. It's like what? It's like doing it, like consider doing it fast is 2 weeks. This guy does it between sunrise and sunset.
Yeah. He had to have done it in like ideal conditions.
Oh, for sure. But still,
Yeah.
that is freaking impressive. But this guy is pretty crazy. Like they went to K2 mountain, you know, second highest mountain in the world. And it's quite a bit harder to climb than Everest from what I understand.
Yeah, I think it's because like less people have summited it.
Well, yeah, the summit to death ratio is like 4 to 1.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Because the weather is more unpredictable.
yeah, and I think it's just steeper and stuff. And there's like one of the parts of the climb you have just this ice sheet hanging over your head,
Yeah.
and you're like, really hope that doesn't avalanche right now. But yeah, it was crazy though. But they showed when he got there and stuff, there was like an expedition that had just turned around from being near the top because they were like, you could just tell the mountain didn't want you up there that day and stuff. And then he gets there and he's like, all right, I'm going up to the top. Who wants to go too? So a couple people are joined out and they just went right to the top. But I thought that was hilarious that they were like, oh yeah, I couldn't do it because the mountain didn't want me up there. But yeah.
One thing I really want to try to do, like maybe this summer, is an Everesting attempt.
Where you do 29,000 feet or whatever?
Yeah, climbing on a bike.
All right. Like over the whole summer?
No, over like in one ride.
Oh, that's
Like
nuts.
two. Oh yeah.
Where would you do that ride?
I don't know. I mean, I could probably, I'd want to find a long climb. That's the thing.
Would you do it on pavement?
Either or.
All right.
I wouldn't mind some not technical single track to do it. Maybe I'll do it at Oak.
I was gonna say, if you went to like San Fran or something, you could just take those roads up and down.
Yeah, that's where most people do it, is out west.
But I don't know about, I mean, Oaks, it would take forever. Oaks doesn't have any elevation.
There's sarcasm there.
What's that?
That was sarcastic.
Oh, all right. I was like, damn, you're gonna be out there for a week.
Still not done.
Yeah. Could try Pato maybe.
Yeah, so
Pato would be tough, but it has some pretty long climbs.
there's a pro cyclist called Alexei Vermeulen,
All right.
and he said if you were to do it, you would do 5 laps of Pato.
Oh yeah, there you go. 1 lap of Pato is easier said than done.
Yeah.
I've never done a full lap of Pato. I've done sections of it, but I have not done the full thing. I've only tried for the full thing once, and it was pretty early on in my biking career though. I'll have to try that next year.
I know, I'm going to go out and do a 2 lap of Pato getting ready for Mohican.
Have you ever done Pato at all?
I've done some sections of it. It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it is.
It's OG gangsta mountain biking.
I didn't realize the trail over here came up to the trailhead.
Yeah.
Things you don't see when there's leaves everywhere.
Yeah. bikes are getting a little warm.
Oh yeah?
I can hear them. Yours?
Oh, you think mine are?
Yeah, they're not mine.
You can always hear them. What's, oh, that one?
Yeah,
That's probably my overall favorite. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
it's such a good mix of technical and also kind of fast.
Yeah, and you got that off camber. In summer, you got like, I mean, even at night here, but you got some nice views over the cliff here. You know me, I like those forest views.
Yeah.
And that is a nice spot. A little greasy down here.
Yeah, I was expecting this to be bad. Actually, it's better than I thought.
I think the worst will be, well, other than where we already were at the start, I think the worst will be, yeah, just after this area, the climb and stuff, and you go down by the swamp.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
part before the very last part.
Yeah, exactly. Right before we'll be done, basically. Right at, or yeah. Now that the bikes are mostly clean and stuff after a lot of dry.
Mine hasn't been clean since that time trial I did in the summer. I'm still getting mud out of it. I've watched the thing like 3 times too.
Yeah, I'm a bit more of a fair weather biker.
I normally am too, but there's like $50 on the line for that one. Well worth it.
Sound like,
It's been at least kind of at the car wash, but
yeah, you sound like Creed. When he's like, I'll give you, when Jim offered him $5, he's like, I've done a lot less for $5. He was like, I would have done it for $1 or whatever.
that's a good movie.
He was like, I've done a lot more for a lot less.
That's a good movie.
Which one?
Creed and Creed 2.
Creed. Oh, no, I meant Creed from The Office.
Oh. I don't watch The Office, so.
Oh. Well, that's a good series, but there's one point where Jim offers Creed like $5 to do something, and he has this like really creepy interview with the camera where he's like, I've done a lot more for a lot less.
It's like a scene from Blair Witch Project.
Huh.
Alone in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the first time I've done this part at night.
Yeah, I did a long time ago with Dad in the snow.
Don't stand up down there. What's that?
That got loose.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like right on the edge of traction almost everywhere.
Where's the really downhill corner? Is that right here?
I think it's just up here. It feels like it is. Yep, I see the sign.
That is not a corner you want to go in too fast. Not an area you want to lose grip either. Yeah, this is the area I was talking about.
Yeah. The thing is, the more we've ridden here, it feels like Green Hell has just gotten shorter and shorter.
That was all of it?
Yeah, like we're done.
I think there's a little bit more.
I mean, we're on the downside, we have the last part, but...
Yeah, well, like the next uphill is pretty tough.
Yeah, but it's not, I mean, technically this is the end of Green Hell.
Oh, all right.
Like, this is where all the metals stop.
In my mind, it extended like up to basically where we'll be done now.
No.
What do you call the...
Because of all the metals, and they always just kind of didn't grow here because it's so wet.
What does everybody call the next part then?
Like this?
Well, yeah, this and then like the next really hard hill and stuff, you know? So you still have one pretty tough area.
Yeah. I don't really know if it has a name.
Not a section in Strava?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't ever try to go for the climbing ones because I know the guy that has them, and I know I can't beat him. So, if I go for one here, it's usually like one of the shorter routes.
Gotcha.
Or even like a tight technical part. Ooh, the echo! That's cool.
You know the guy who has them and stuff?
I know a guy that used to have a couple. I haven't checked the leaderboard in a while.
So that guy's pretty good?
Yeah, a couple years ago, he was 15.
Oh yeah, there it is.
So, he used to be an engineer at, it was called, not Bart's. Bard's Air Conditioning.
All right.
And then he moved to Texas. No, not Texas. He was from Texas, and now he moved to Georgia. But, like, one of the last years when he was living around here, he was so close to winning the expert championship for the Michigan State mountain biking series.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
When you hear the word expert used in a race context, that means he's pretty good.
It's been superseded by like Cat 1, so it's like the best of the best of the best. Well, in the area at least. Oh.
Well, this is that uphill I was talking about. Yeah. Well, this and then right up here.
Yeah. This is definitely the most challenging uphill.
Yep. And then there's the downhill up here that I don't really do. What's that?
It's the time we go out with here.
Yep.
I forget why you, like, I just did laps of that.
Yep.
You guys are talking something.
Yeah, I think Liz wanted a little break or something. Oh. but it wouldn't be very much distance overall.
I know steeper climbs where I get more elevation.
Island Lakes would be a pretty good one there. Yellow Hill.
Actually, that's not very tall. I've mapped it out.
Well, it's not, but it's like, it's not that hard, but you gain it quick.
Yeah. Now, there's a pretty big one at Lost Nations I could do.
All right.
Both sides of.
Have you,
would knock it out quick.
have you done?
They opened it up.
Oh. But there's a bunch of different lines you can take, so it's fun.
With all the rocks on it.
There are some, yeah.
Right before the road crossing?
No, not that one. That one's just fun with the drops, but it's past the road crossing.
Did I walk it?
You might, I don't know. I could show you a picture of it or something, but.
Show me a picture, I might remember.
All right.
Get back up there.
Oh yeah, Mayberry's freaking fun. Only 6 miles long, but you get all of Michigan.
Yeah.
You get some real technical stuff. You get some really flowy stuff. You get a lot of even just drops like that where you can, you know, really get some distance in the air.
That's honestly the thing that like Southeast Michigan has for a lot of riders.
What's that?
Like, you don't have to go and do, you know, black diamond level trails. It's got a lot of places where you can work your way up.
Yep.
Like, perfect place for beginners, great place for an expert.
That's what Island Lake is regarded as too.
Really?
Like a lot of fun for beginners and pros, because you can get like, you can go really fast on Island Lake.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a great place.
Right there, if you put out good power for a couple hours, you'll do well.
Yeah. But yeah, no, if you look at a lot of the reviews online for Island Lake, that's the main theme, is like really fun for beginners and pros, especially Yellow Trail.
Yeah, if Island Lake were closer, I'd like it more.
Yep. I mean, that's like real home turf for me, because that's only about 12 minutes away.
We're out.
We are. Whew. That was fun. I am ready to fix this freaking seat, but I'm glad it didn't stop.
Are you gonna have to tell Liz that you can't have kids?
It was not that bad, thankfully.
Mine was when it happened. Like,
if it would have hit as an impact, then yeah, that would be right there. But
you know me, when I'm riding more or less racing, I don't like to stop. I stopped and fixed this one.
yep. Well, especially in a race.
30 miles left.
Yeah. This trail is what, 9 or whatever?
Yeah, 9, 10. Depends what GPS you use.
Yeah.
I've never ridden it with a wheel, so.
There's civilization up there. Pretty cold out here.
Yeah, it's very open.
Yeah, and we're getting a little bit fast. I mean, we're faster than we are in the woods most of the time.
Yeah.
Faster than the average, anyway. You smell all that weed back there, by the way?
Yeah.
By the trailhead?
I smelled it, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not dropping everything here.
We have to turn here, right? Or up here?
No, we can get up.
Oh, this is the soccer field. There's all that elevation we went down at the beginning.
Yep.
Damn.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Of riding.
Really?
Of riding.
Oh, all right.